even though it's not a log skidder, it can kind of serve as one in certain situations. Sloppy. I don't know how much rain they got over here last night, but it was definitely more than we needed. The ground is so saturated right now. There's water standing everywhere. The creeks are running bigger. It's a mess. I would say we're probably going to try to cut this weekend. I know we've got to look at some timber. I don't know that we'll run any equipment at all. We're going to give the ground a few days to kind of settle out. Even with the skid steer this morning, we weren't really making any ruts, but we were tracking a little bit, so we decided just to not even run the skid steer for the rest of the day. Well, like I said, we'll probably give it a few days before we run anything. The good thing is we got out about everything we cut yesterday, and we've got a pretty good bunch out for the week. I'd say this weekend we'll probably do some cutting. Dad and I will. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't get the majority of the remaining trees that are left on that part of the farm cut this weekend. I do know I've got a couple neighboring farms in the area to look at also this weekend, so busy weekend ahead. Guys, thanks a lot. It's a boring video today. I don't know, I run out of ideas for new stuff. Some days are more exciting than others. That's just the gist of it. Some days we're out there cutting and doing awesome stuff. Other days we're running skidders. Other days we're packing logs with a skid steer. So I do my best to try to change it up a little bit, but some days are just kind of stale. And I think today's video is going to be one of those stale days. Anyway, thank you so much for following along. Appreciate all the new subscribers. Appreciate you guys watching all this stuff. It still amazes me, the views and the likes, the follows, the comments we get every day. I try to do my best to get back to everybody's comment. Usually the next morning I post the videos of an evening late at night, and the following morning when I'm having coffee, I'll try to get back to all the comments to reply to what I can before we start the new day. So yeah, that's how it works, guys. Thanks a lot. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. I still know we got a lot of people that watch the channel all the time that are not subscribers yet, so if you're watching it all the time, you might as well subscribe anyway. Just go ahead and tickle me, entertain me, subscribe. If not, check out Logger Threads, check out the Timber Tracker app. Guys, thank you so much. It means the world to Dad and I. We'll see you tomorrow. A lot of rain, a lot of water. We're going to take the 333 across the creek here. Now the creek's up a little bit. I don't think we'll have any trouble in this thing though. We're just going to ease on across there. Hit the lower end of it. It's a little shallower if you hang low on the crossing. I don't know if Dad's going to try to cross or not. He's behind me, so either he's going to try to cross or he's going to watch me try to cross. Dad's going around. It's really not too deep out there, but on Dad's little truck it might just be deep enough to cause him some problems. And that water's moving. It's not super swift. I mean, it's really not that deep out there. It might be running a foot deep right now, but it's best not to even take any chances. The skid steer is heavy enough, you know, weighing in at a little over 12,000 pounds. I'm not too worried about getting swept away down through here in this little bit of water. I mean, yeah, if this thing was just absolutely rolling down through here, it'd be a different story, but you just kind of got to know your limitations. So while Dad's on his way around, we're going to try to fish a few of these things out with a skid steer. I mean, they got a ton of rain over here last night. There's water everywhere. A lot of the creeks are running big. If it wasn't for the skid steer, we wouldn't be moving any logs at all right now. And a lot of people always wonder why we've got a brand new skid steer and some of our skidders are older. Well, a couple reasons, but right now you couldn't run a skidder without just tearing the ground to absolute pieces. And I could run this rubber track skid steer over the ground right now and not leave hardly any footprint at all. And just like this, it still enables us to move wood, amongst all the other things we can do with the skid steer, on our cleanup. They're an extremely versatile tool. We'll just pick the whole thing up. We don't care. It's probably 35, 40 feet of log right here. We'll just take the whole thing with us. To miss a hay bale. Just take this right over here to the log deck, set it down, we'll come back and get another one. In advance for the camera being a little shaky, but with the mount I've got on the skid steer here, it just does what it wants. So these treetops, one day next week when it's a little drier, because I think after today we're not supposed to have any more wet weather in the forecast, and we'll still be here cutting next week. We still got a lot to cut. So we'll bring the grapple over here and we will pile these treetops up, get them out of this field. This old log here is just about all the 333 wants to pack. She's a big one. Set this down and get a more center bite on it, that way we can pack it. So it's a pretty good sized tree here. We'll give you just an idea how big it is. It's one of those big ones I cut yesterday. Had a bad spot in the middle of it. As far as having the power to pick it up, it ain't no thing. And then even as wet as it is, we can pack it across here and really not even hardly leave a track. So these track machines enable us to work even when the conditions get terrible, like they are right now. You know, the bad thing is it could be wet like this the rest of the winter here. The last couple of years we've had really wet conditions in all 2 seasons we have in Missouri, which we pretty much just have summer and winter. We don't really have much for spring or much for fall. So for us, like today, being able to get out here and still move wood, even though we're not moving huge volumes, it's still a big plus for us, especially when a lot of guys are having to sit at home because of the wet weather. Of course, just being a two-man show with being me and Dad, we don't have to go out here and cut 100,000 feet of logs every week. So that makes it nice too. always under pressure. This one here, we're going to try to swing it over here to my right because there's a good young walnut tree right there in front of us. We don't want to hit him. Just pick it up, do a zero turn, do a little Austin Powers action here, a little back and forth. Either. And yeah, somebody's going to ask why we didn't cut these up if we're going to do this. Well, I'd just as soon pack them out. Sometimes we do buck them to lengths in the woods. Actually, that last big one Dad cut yesterday, he bucked it to lengths because he kind of seen what was coming for work today, so he went ahead and got it bucked up to where we can just go down there and pack it out in 4 or 5 pieces, 6, whatever it made. People are going to notice I've got trees laying every which way. That is intentional. cut a tree, we try to utilize every bit of that tree we can. If there's something big enough to go to market, we're taking it out. We get so many comments about people saying, well, what do you do with the tops? Don't you cut them for firewood? Nope, we do not. For a couple reasons. One, walnuts pour firewood. Two, firewood is not that big of a business here in southwest Missouri. Up to be bucked. We've already bucked everything on the north side of the creek. So here in a minute when I'm finished fishing the rest of these out, I'll help him start bucking. Come on, you. Pick this thing up over the tops of some of these little trees and swing it around here. Backup cameras are absolute lifesavers. I'm trying to miss that little cherry tree over here to my left, because that's where that squirrel was hanging out yesterday. Tree there. So it's like a game of chess. It's slow going and it's frustrating, but alright, last one here on the hill. We're gonna see if we can pull it down off the hill a little bit. I'll have to do it little by little. We just kind of get in there at the angle with the forks. Not too much pressure because we don't want to run the risk of bending or breaking anything. Come back around, give it a push here. Set it down. Come in here, try to get it as close to center as we can. Don't want to take any extra limbs with us. We'll lift straight up on it. This to miss this hay bale, excuse me, here to the right. Go back up nice and easy. Set her down. Lower the center of gravity. Take it onto the deck. Out of the way so we can get in here easier. Grab all this stuff and put it right here. There's 3 or 4 trees right here together, so this will be a good place for these treetops. Good place where they can eventually burn them or leave them. Dealer's choice, whatever they want to do. Stick on there, we don't want to take it to the log deck. Come on now. it's got this bunch all bucked up. We'll probably wait till it kind of settles and dries out a little bit before we try to run any more. Pretty good bunch of logs. Pretty good bunch of logs. Hey guys, if you like what you see, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel for all of our latest videos.